Welcome back. This is sort of part two of the Bolognese lasagna epic. So this is the lasagna part. I've made lasagna about 50 different ways. Made it with fresh pasta, made it with dry pasta that was not cooked at all. Made it with meatballs, made it with meat sauce that didn't have sausage, made it with
white sauce.
Bechamel sauce. Yeah, we made it with bechamel sauce. So I've done it 100 different ways, and this is the way that I've settled into. I like it. As usual, you can change all these things out as much as you want. So this pasta has been cooked for literally 3 minutes. It's still very much al dente because I want it to absorb some of the liquid in the lasagna when it's in there. So basics: we have pasta, we have pomodoro sauce, we have the bolognese that we made earlier, and ricotta, and then cheese. Once again, if you want to use fresh mozzarella and grate your own, Parmesan, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm way too lazy for that. Plus, fresh mozzarella has a lot of water in it, so this stuff is going to be drier than that. I want this thing to set up. So along those lines, we have ricotta. This is a whole milk ricotta, and I use Galbani. It is the best. This stuff is real silky smooth. It does not help you to save a couple of bucks to get cheaper ricotta. Trust me on that. So we're going to soften this up a little bit. And then I'm going to put some eggs in it. Just 1 or 2, in this case 2. Some fresh garlic. Of course, you can use some of Grumpy's garlic confit if you like in here. I used fresh garlic on the bolognese, so you don't still need that same garlic bite on this as you would have. Salt and pepper. And off we go. The eggs is going to set this up so that it's not mushy. Okay, there's that. So now we have our pan. This is a half pan. In the industry, this is called a half 200 pan. 200 pan because it's 2 inches deep. Because, as you know by now, I'm always watching carbs. I'm going to do thicker layers and fewer of them so that we have less pasta. So I'm going to overlap these a little bit. Places like here where I have a spot, I'll just cut a piece off and stick it on there. Okay, so next up is the bolognese. Like I said, fairly thick layers. That way we're only going to have like 3 layers of pasta in here. When we made this bolognese earlier, it was lunchtime, and we had some spaghetti squash in the fridge. So we had spaghetti squash with this bolognese. Man, it was awesome. So now we're going to go the other way. So I'm going to cut once again, overlapping a little bit. That's the sound of the oven being ready at 350 degrees. Now the ricotta mixture. You can certainly, if you want, use less of these products and have more layers. Up to you. This was a pound of pasta, by the way, which ends up working just about right for a half pan here. I'm going to have a couple of pieces left over, but that's okay. So now, this goes on top. This is the, whenever I make pomodoro, I put in the rind of Parmesan. Gives it a nice, nice rich flavor. So now I'm going to cook this for about an hour, covered, wrapped up, and then I'm going to uncover it. And I'm going to put the cheese on top. But you want to make sure you don't brown the cheese, because if you brown the cheese, when it sets up, that will turn into a real hard crust. So, I'm going to cover this in the oven for about an hour. We'll be back. Okay, so we cooked the lasagna covered for an hour, took the top off, put quite a bit of cheese on it. I put it back in there and then shut it off because I don't want this to turn brown, because if it does, it gets really hard and then it's hard to cut portions out of it. But, so this is it. So when we eat it, I will heat up some of that pomodoro sauce, put the pomodoro sauce on a plate, put the lasagna on top, and maybe a little bit more pomodoro on top. And we are enjoying the 2016 Cadipian Barbera d'Asti.
I can't see the label. Here.
It's good. It's light. This is made with Barbera grapes, not Nebbiolo. So it's quite a bit lighter than Nebbiolo. But it's good. It's oaky. It's fruit. It wasn't expensive. It was $22, something like that. 25, yeah, something like that. So enjoy lasagna. Enjoy Barbera. Grumpy out.